So I'll just do the little bit. I thought that was very interesting, the symbolism. So Navratri is 9 nights, right? That's what it is. So basically what it's saying is that Tejomay Anandji's this book, there is a Hindu culture book, and a good explanation here, that out of 9 nights, firstly, what is a Devi? You can call it, remember we did the whole, those 24 elements, all put together is a Devi. It's you can call it the power of God or consciousness. It's just like fire as heat and light, the same way, it's Durga. Or Durga means Durga, Saraswati, all 3 Devis. Parvati, Durga and Saraswati. So here he's saying that out of the 9 nights, the first 3 are, let's see, Durga, Lakshmi and Saraswati. That's how they divide it. Sorry. 3 nights are for Durga, 3 nights is for Lakshmi, and 3 nights is for Saraswati. And the 10th day is called the Vijayadashmi. Okay. So here he's saying, first 3 nights you worship Durga. So what is the symbolism? Durga is the one who kills all the bad tendencies in us. And वो महिषासुर का जो वध होता है ना, वो तमस है हमारे में, laziness, indolence and all that. So जो हमारे में कूड़ा कचरा भरा हुआ है हमारे दिमाग में, we pray to goddess Durga so that she destroys that. That is not enough. So the next 3 nights we pray to Lakshmi. So Lakshmi is a goddess of wealth. But here he's not talking about just material wealth, it's spiritual wealth. That means first you destroy all the bad tendency, then fill it with all good virtues. Kindness, love, and all the goody stuff what we want to fill up our heart with, forgiveness, compassion. That's the next 3 nights we pray to Goddess Lakshmi. So she fills our heart with all these virtues. Now I'm ready for the higher knowledge. Before I wasn't. So 6 nights puri ho gayi. Last 3 nights I pray to Goddess Saraswati to get that Brahma Gyan, because she's the a goddess of knowledge. So I got the Brahma Gyan by praying to her, the spiritual knowledge, try to understand the import of what it is. And the last day is Vijayadashmi. After I got the Brahma Gyan, I just become so happy and celebrate my life. And that's why they do the Garba, dancing with joy, because I got the self-realization. That's what is the symbolism. I thought that was really beautiful. And other people can add.
Can you put this on the thing? On our...
Oh yeah, sure. I can. It may all be detailed. I think you will enjoy this. I can.
Yes,
do that.
please,
Definitely.
please do.
Yeah. And then like in Gujarat they do the garba जिसको बोलते हैं, right? हम लोग सोचते हैं garba means ताली बजाना वगैरह. Actually जो garba होता है ना, the word has come from गर्भ गृह. गर्भ गृह is एक ऐसा पॉट लेते हैं, अर्दन पॉट, उसमें होल्स होते हैं और बीच में वो दिया जलाते हैं, and then they put that in the center, the symbolism of consciousness, and then they dance around it. And the idea is that pot represents the body, that our body, and the light of consciousness is coming out. All the activities that we do through our channels, our Jnanendriya and Karmendriya, is a light of consciousness. So it's like the light is inside and it's coming out, and that's what this is. I thought that was very, very beautiful symbolism. So because हम लोग सोचते हैं कि नवरात्रि में डांडिया करो, but no, this is the spiritual significance of it.
And the holes for? What are the holes for in the pot?
Just like in our body we have holes, no? Ears, nose, mouth. All the activities happen because of the consciousness. So the diya andar jala hai, it's coming out. It's just a symbolism.
Those are the, okay.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Bansuri ka bhi wahi hai. It has 9 holes, just like in our body has 9 holes. So Bansuri mein jab ego nahi hota hai, Kamla ji, that is the symbolism of Bansuri ki there is no ego, means no dirt in it, no aham in it. Then Bhagwan puts on his lips and the music comes out. But agar usme Bansuri mein agar if things are filled in the Bansuri, Krishna Bhagwan never be able to take the music out.
So, Umaji, can you just repeat the third one? First 3 days are for Durga, next
Yes.
3 are for Lakshmi, and what are the last 3 days for Saraswati?
Saraswati.
For?
Saraswati is
Yeah.
to gain that Atma Gyan, means Brahma Vidya or knowledge of the self.
Okay, so after you have destroyed the tamas,
Yes.
and after you have opened your spiritual channels, then you can gain that vidya.
Yeah.
Correct?
So yes. So basically, when you say tamas, means all the negativity in us, jo bhi jealousy, anger, frustration. So we pray to Goddess Durga, remove everything. Abhi khali ho gaya, but when we fill it up with good virtues, wealth, that is Lakshmi, and then we are ready for the knowledge, because without these good virtues, we cannot gain that knowledge.
Right.
So
Thank you.
So the last one is the Saraswati. So, any other thing you want to discuss?
Talking about that, we were saying we are increasing the ego by telling somebody that you're doing a good job. That's not true. We have to understand what ego is. Ego is understanding that I'm not the doer. So telling somebody, hey, you're doing a good job, is not increasing his ego. You cannot increase or decrease anybody's ego. Ego depends upon your understanding to the extent that I'm not the doer. If that understanding is not there, it's natural that your ego will be going up, but it's not because somebody else is telling you you're doing a good job. You can tell your Swami you're doing a great job. That's not going to increase his ego because he understands I'm not the doer. So that's, if we understand that part, then there's no increasing or decreasing by anybody outside. It's your own understanding which can affect it.
Very nicely put. Yes, true.
So what part of the body is working when we appreciate somebody? I'm trying to
Not the body.
associate those.
There's no
What
separate
part of
part of.
mind?
There's no separate part of the body. I don't know what you mean by which part of the body.
It's not, ego is the mind, it's not the body.
Yeah, so I mean, when I'm talking about the body, the whole thing. So mind, what part of mind is working there when we appreciate or de-appreciate somebody? What
No separate part. Huh? No separate.
what is that?
Mind is also made of intelligence and ego. So with intelligence, you can discriminate, what is good and what is bad. And then with that discrimination, you can destroy your ego or you say that, I'm not the doer.
No, but that ego
Appreciating
and
somebody, helping them
is
to
not the same.
their intelligence.
Ego and appreciating is not the same thing. It's a very different.
Yeah, I think that's what the problem is happening, Kamalaji. You are thinking that appreciating somebody is. I think that's Sushilji gave a very clear answer.
I'm the core part of our being is working on it.
Prakriti is
I
working.
hope
You can
that-
say Prakriti is working. What else? I mean, whether like what Sushilji explained, ego is a personal stuff. Because you are telling somebody you did a great job or didn't do a great job, उस आदमी के अंदर क्या प्रतिक्रिया होती है उससे ईगो का संबंध है. आपके बोलने से संबंध नहीं है कुछ भी.
Also, आपका बोलने में है या आपके दिल से वो आवाज निकली है कि he is good और आप उसके खुशामद कर रहे हो because you need something else. So there's a way.
Yeah, that's a point too. Good point. That are you trying to unnecessarily boost somebody's ego to get something for yourself, or are you genuinely appreciating somebody? And when it will come in Bhagavad Gita that जब किसी का कोई talent होता है ना कमला जी, वो भी भगवान से ही आया है. So and when we go to chapter 10, he's going to tell you that vibhuti of Bhagwan, every talent that we see, it can be talent in the business, it can be talent in singing, in cooking, you have so many talents and all that. Uska source is that consciousness. So actually when you are appreciating somebody, you are appreciating the consciousness ka, vibhuti.
Also, I would say another definition of ego can be that when you have zero ego, you are God. And when you attach to your body, the less attachment you have, the less is your ego.
True.
The more attachment comes, it's higher the ego. So boosting the ego or reducing the ego is, I don't know what that means, but
Like we say, we have our namaste greeting, right? We all know, at least in this group, namaste means I bow down to the divinity in you. So are you saying that by bowing down to somebody, I'm increasing the ego? No. If I understand the meaning, both of them we are bowing down to each other to appreciate. So just appreciating somebody has no correlation with the ego. If you have that understanding, like Sushil ji said, if you know that higher, the more you know the higher self, then the ego does not come into play at all.
No, but I'm trying to understand what part is coming in play there.
It's the prakriti. Prakriti is coming in play. Because prakriti में ये सब transaction होता है, but the person who knows the truth knows that it is the prakriti doing it. And
what is the English word for prakriti?
Nature bolo or spirit and matter.
Consciousness.
No, consciousness is not prakriti, Premji. So remember I told you the two terms, spirit and matter. Matter is prakriti. Shiv and Shakti. Shiv is consciousness, Shakti is prakriti or nature. Okay, and here in Durga, Saraswati, and all three Devis, they are the symbolism of matter. But remember, that is a power of God. So it is also divine. But the Prakriti has a negative aspect also. That's why somebody was telling in symbolism, in Hinduism, when you invoke Lakshmi, तो वो या तो वो उल्लू पे बैठ के आती है या वो एक और पक्षी है कोई उनका. It depends on if she is coming in a bad way, she will come on a ullu. Because nature has a destructive part also. क्या कहा आपने स्नेह?
Eagle भी एक वहाँ.
हाँ, okay, eagle. So when you invoke for a good purpose, then she comes on eagle. But otherwise, and that wealth is a double-edged sword. Some people इतना अभिमानी हो जाते हैं, जितना सब कुछ उल्टा सीधा करते हैं वेल्थ में, सब अपने आप को डिस्ट्रॉय कर लेते हैं लोग. Is that Kamla ji your grandchild?
I'm sorry.
No,
yes.
It's okay. So basically, when you say Kamla ji that who's doing it, Prakriti is doing it.
No, Prakriti is doing, but when it's happening in our body, what part of the body, the whole being, what come into play?
Okay, let me tell you another way. Maybe if that makes sense. We are made up of both. It's a mixture. You as a Kamla or me as a Uma or any one of you or us, we are a mixture of the permanent and impermanent. So the permanent aspect is our consciousness, and the impermanent is a Prakriti. So you are saying that who is doing it? It depends on how you want to look at it.
No, when we are praising somebody, then what happens inside the body? Which part get activated?
I don't think that anybody can answer that question, because it's like, but
isn't it the mind? Because the mind
You
is
can
the
say
one
that.
that is feeling the sensation. You are saying through the mind, and the other person is also feeling. What is the happiness? Where does it lie? It lies within you. It lies in the mind, right?
But mind,
So that's where the expressions are there, right?
but mind itself doesn't do anything. It distributes the duty to other people, other senses, other things.
I think
So
you have
mind-
no. You have a big confusion about everything. I think what you need to do is that just don't let this question rest a bit in your mind. As we progress, maybe it will get cleared up.
Okay.
Yeah,
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
I go too deep. I
Yes.
know. Yeah.
So one of the remedies they tell you in the Shastras is that highly intellectual people go too much into psychoanalysis of everything, but what we need to do is sometimes just drop it and focus on the big things, and slowly, जैसे बोलते हैं ना, अंदर की गुत्थी सुलझ जाएगी आपकी आपकी.
Yeah.
That's
I
what is
fully
going to
agree
happen.
that like the meditation thing, slowly and slowly, it clarifying
Yes.
in my own mind.
Yes, it will. It will.
It clarify.
Yeah.
So here I wanted to put something there about the fasting part of this Navratri. So we all know that I work on those chakras. So lower 3 chakras, they are dominant in tamas gun. The upper 2 chakras, they are dominant in rajas gun.
Mm-hmm.
And the top 2 chakras, they are dominant in sat gun. So when we do fasting, then first 3 days, what we call the role of Durga, that all the extra deposits in our body, all the toxins, they are removed from the body. So next 3 days, our energy goes up to the heart chakra and throat chakra. And during that time, we feel that self-development happens. We try to do all good things. We try to develop all good qualities. We are full of compassion, love, kindness, all those things. And then last 3 days, our energy goes more higher. It goes to the other 2 chakras, Aja chakra and Sahasrara chakra, where we become one with God. We have the capacity, if we sincerely do that, then we have the capacity to develop those sattvic gun during that time. So that's why there is so much importance of these what we call it, Navratri. They happen twice a year, and if we do it twice a year, cleanse the whole body, uplift our energy from tamas guna to rajas guna and sat guna, we can achieve the goal of moksha more faster than regular way.
So that is completely in line with what we said. True. So you can take
Yes.
it this way or that way. It's the same message. So it's a
Yeah,
good opportunity
right.
to do the spiritual practice, and that's what all the tyohars were meant to be. They made it like a party.
I know. I fully agree with what you said. I was just adding to the fasting part of it.
Yes, and that's very good what you said.
Very good.
So, any other point, question, or comment, or experience somebody wants to talk about? We have 10 more minutes.
I want to speak for 1 minute,
Yes.
generally about the class. If that takes